Welcome to NeoEnglish, your daily podcast for learning practical English fast.
Today, we have an interesting topic: what the US-China trade agreement means for markets. Let's make it simple.
Great. First, let's talk about the US and China. These are two of the biggest countries for trade. That means they buy and sell a lot of things to each other.
That's right. And a trade agreement is a deal between two countries about how they trade. It's like having rules for buying and selling things to each other.
For example, if you and your friend want to swap toys, you might agree not to take each other's favorite toy, or maybe you agree to swap only once a week.
Or, if you and your neighbor want to exchange snacks, you might make a rule. I give you 2 cookies and you give me 1 juice box. That's a kind of agreement.
Now, let's talk about the key vocabulary for today. The first word is market.
A market is a place where people buy and sell things. In news like this, it often means the financial market, places where people buy and sell company stocks.
For example, the supermarket is a market for food. The stock market is a market for company shares.
If someone says, the markets are up today, it means stock prices are rising.
The next word is tariff. A tariff is a kind of tax. It is extra money that countries add when someone buys things from another country.
For example, if the US puts a tariff on Chinese toys, the toys will cost more in America. If China puts a tariff on American apples, apples from America cost more in China, too.
Another important phrase is trade war. This means two countries keep adding tariffs, making things more expensive for each other.
Trade wars are usually bad for both countries because people have to pay more money for things.
So, the news story is about the US and China reaching a trade agreement. This means they made a deal to stop fighting with tariffs.
This agreement is good news for markets. When countries agree to trade, it can make prices lower and stocks can go up.
In simple words, both the US and China say, let's not fight. Let's buy and sell things with fewer rules.
The story says, when they agreed, the market felt happy. That means people started buying more stocks and prices went up.
Let's recap today's vocabulary and phrases. The first word is market. Remember, a market can mean a place to buy food, like supermarket, or a place to buy stocks, like stock market.
The second word is tariff, which means a tax on products from another country. For example, a tariff makes Chinese goods more expensive in the US, or American goods more expensive in China.
The last big phrase is trade war, when two countries keep making trading harder for each other with tariffs.
Let's make a sentence with our new vocabulary. After the US-China agreement, markets became happy because fewer tariffs meant more buying and selling.
Or, the trade war was bad for markets. When the US and China stopped fighting, people were hopeful again.
In short, the US and China made a trade agreement, which is good news for the market because they will use fewer tariffs and trading will be easier.
If you want to keep learning English with us and listen to daily news, don't forget to subscribe to NeoEnglish.
Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow for more simple English news on NeoEnglish.